And this is the matchup we've all been waiting for. It is The Miz going one-on-one against the Lock, Claude, taking him on for the Intercontinental Championship, and the match is underway. As the Lock, Claude now in control with The Miz now. But The Miz blocks that clothesline maneuver, but is blocked again by Claude with that elbow strike, countered by The Miz. And now The Miz is now in a lot of pain now as the Lock, Claude goes to work with those German snap suplexes applied to The Miz. The Lock, Claude, the son of the legend himself, indie pro wrestler Phil Macchio in the FTW territory, as Claude is making a name for himself here in the WWE territory for the Fantasy Pro Wrestling Federation as he works on that injured arm of The Miz. And now Claude is going up to the cage, trying to escape perhaps. It's the only way you're going to win this matchup is to escape over the cage, and both feet have to hit the floor. And Claude now encountering The Miz with a clothesline of his own with a psych-out maneuver on The Miz. And The Miz now getting hooked by that double underhook suplex. So is the fifth suplex delivered to The Miz by the Lock, Claude here in the WWE territory in this French cage matchup. And the Lock now heading to the top of the cage, but is cut off by The Miz. And The Miz was cut off once again by Claude as Claude just nudged him off with that kick, but he came off to the second rope with that double axe handle maneuver onto The Miz. And the Lock, Claude is fired up here at this hostile crowd here at Extreme Rules, an event hosted by the WWE and sanctioned by the Fantasy Pro Wrestling Federation. And the Lock, Claude with The Miz over his shoulders just does a snake eyes maneuver on The Miz, plunging his throat into that top rope. I have to tell you, that is a painful maneuver. I would not want to get my throat chopped on that top rope now. And now the Lock, Claude now picking The Miz up once again over his shoulders, but the Lock is displaying an injury to his back, and The Miz is taking advantage now. And The Miz on top of the Lock, Claude into the corner, but not for long as the Lock, Claude is able to make a big comeback maneuver, counters him, but The Miz cuts him off. He was going for a DDT maneuver, was the Lock, but it was countered by The Miz. And now the Lock now hooks him with the Corbat suplex maneuver, and getting this crowd pumped up here is the Lock, Claude, as he is taking his eyes onto The Miz, hooking The Miz for a fisherman suplex driver, and he connects, and The Miz is out and cold. It appears. And the Lock, Claude appears to be asking for the referee to open the door to escape to the floor. I guess that's one way if you want to escape this cage. You can go through the door or you can climb out of the top rope, but both feet have to hit the floor. Claude decides he's not going to wait on the referee, but The Miz cuts him off, attacking Claude from behind. But Claude counters and kicks The Miz back off, but he's climbing back up to the top of the cage, trying to escape this cage. Well, we'll see another Intercontinental Champion tonight, or will Claude retain the Intercontinental Championship as he hooks The Miz for another Corbat suplex. And The Miz now in a lot of trouble as Claude hooks the Miz. He picks him up over his shoulders, but The Miz was able to counter. And Claude took Claude out by his injured legs. And The Miz now hooking Claude with the front face pancake maneuver. And Claude now, and The Miz is climbing, trying to escape the cage now, but not for long as Claude was able to get to his feet very quickly. Shades of his father, Phil Macchio. And he hooks The Miz with the sit-down powerbomb maneuver as Miz was trying to escape, but it looks like The Miz is in a lot of trouble as the Lock is hooking him for that sit-down powerbomb finishing maneuver he's known for all around the world. And he connects, and The Miz is down and out. And it is the lock, John Claude now who has the advantage. He is climbing to the cage. Will he be able to escape this cage? Will it be over from here? Looks like the Intercontinental Championship is staying around the waist of the lock, John Claude. And John Claude heading to the top rope. What is he doing? He could escape right here. He was going for a crossbody maneuver, but the Miz was able to dodge out of the way. And now the Miz is trying to get away, but not for long, as John Claude catches the Miz with a powerbomb, and he hooks him with a powerbomb maneuver. That is the second powerbomb in this match as the Miz is taken. But John Claude now going to the top rope again. Could he be escaping this time again? No, the Miz is going up after him. And the Miz cuts the lock and knocks the lock off the top of the cage. The lock in an extreme amount of trouble now, but the Miz is in a lot of pain, trying to slowly climb to that cage when he is cut off by the lock. The lock hooks him now and gives him another powerbomb. The Miz now into that wounded back of the Miz is really taking shape here as John Claude going to try to escape a cage again, but it was cut off by the Miz. And John Claude was quickly able to recover and comes back onto the Miz with that drop kick maneuver. And he's working the Miz over with those wounded legs. Those wounded legs of the Miz. The Miz in an extreme agony amount of pain. It doesn't matter. You cannot submit in this matchup. The only way to win this match is to escape the cage and both feet touch the floor. As the lock now attacking the Miz with a combination maneuver, hooking it with that shoulder DDT, now going after the shoulders of the Miz now, trying to get the Miz to submit and squeal like a pig. It doesn't matter. You can make the Miz squeal all day, but that's the only way you're going to win this match is to escape the cage. As the lock now has a lock maneuver into the Miz, into locking that arm in deep. He's got it quenched in pretty deep. He could be appearing to break the arm of the Miz here. That insult to injury, but the Miz was able to escape and hooks the lock with a head scissor maneuver and counters out of that maneuver. And the Miz going after the lock now, but the lock was able to counter this time and hooked the Miz into an ankle lock maneuver, but he was able to get to a rope. There are rope breaks in this particular cage matchup for some reason. We just found out from the official, and he's hooking the Miz again for that sit-down powerbomb, but the Miz was able to counter out of this one, going after the lock, but the lock was able to dodge it, and he hooks the Miz again with a Fishman package suplex, and he's calling for it again. He's calling for that sit-down powerbomb maneuver again. Can he connect it again? This will be the fifth powerbomb now in this matchup, as he hooks the Miz, sit down, and he plants him. Good God almighty, will somebody stop this matchup already if there's not a winner already? And the lock now climbing to the cage for the 10th time in this matchup. Will he be able to escape this time? Or will he try to do anything crazy like he did a while ago, trying to jump off the top? And he's up to the top of the cage. And it appears he is, yes, the lock is escaping the cage, ladies and gentlemen. And the Miz is still down and out. Doesn't realize he's able to shake the cobwebs off now. He's climbing up to the top, realizing the lock is almost out, but the lock is already over. He can't catch him in time. The lock is still climbing down. And there's your winner right there. And still Intercontinental Champion, the lock, John Claude.
Here is your winner, and still WWE Intercontinental Champion, the lock, John Claude.
Excellent.
Ho, ho, ho.